1937 Nash City Classic cars. One thing I love about this car is color scheme. The color scheme and the color you put on the car is extremely important. This is a partial restoration, not really a full restoration. We haven't done anything to the chassis, probably not going to do anything to the chassis, but we're painting this vehicle. We didn't build a power plant. There's a power plant in here. We're going to get it up and running. I think it's a Vortex style 350. We're going to take that Vortex off, put a fast system on there, get it to run, because we got bits and pieces of the original Vortex computer and all that. So we're going to get away with that. But we'll keep his engine, and you'll see it in a moment. We're going to paint it up, clean it up as best we can. But this is a partial. Sometimes everybody doesn't do a full restoration, but sometimes you got to do a partial restoration. You do what works for you. And we're in the business of working for you. And I don't have I have an ego, but I don't build with an ego. I build with confidence, I build with swagger, I build with style, I build with nuance, but not ego. My job is to build your dream within your budget. And that's what we're doing. And this car is a perfect example of properly applying the budget. If you've ever built a home before, I don't care if you build $1 million home or a $5 million home or whatever, or $500,000 home, there's something you can't get for your budget, and I hear a lot of stories. Individuals say, "Well, I wanted the pool, I couldn't get the pool." Well, I got the pool, but I didn't get the waterfall. I got the kitchen that I wanted, but I didn't get the bathroom I wanted. I got the bathroom I wanted and the bedroom I wanted, but the other room's a little bit smaller. It's okay. You have to build the home for you. Same thing when it comes to City Classic cars. You're building a car for us. But I really love this car. Now, I don't care what your budget is. I have a program. I have a 25-step process, and I have a program that involves materials and my builder network and my staff and my team and all of that. And I don't compromise on my process, and I don't compromise on my program. So there's some individuals that I'm not the right builder for them, because you're not going to want to go through my process. You're not going to want to go through my program, and I'm not going to compromise it. I'm not going to change it. But so I don't care what the budget is, you're going to get quality paint. What you see here is PPG DBC. That's Deltron base coat. Now, if you know anything about paint, most people would argue top two at the top of automotive paint is PPG and DuPont. I use PPG. I'm a PPG shop. All the products in my shop are PPG. PPG is a premium automotive paint finish. Whatever the high-end car is, Rolls Royce, man, put that PPG on and it's fine. Now, the other thing is, when you look at PPG has 3 lines. They have Shop Line, they have Shop Line Plus, and they have DBC, Deltron Base Coat. And so what you see here is Deltron Base Coat. We have a mixing system in-house with all of our paint in. Shout out to my supplier, Bro. But we have a mixing system with all our paint in-house. And what we do is we mix this in-house, and we customize our colors. Listen, there is a lot of 37 Nashes out there, but there's none with this exact color scheme. And an exact hue of this color scheme, an exact flop on this color scheme. Why get an off-the-shelf color when we can just put some of that Bam in there and make it unique for you? So now I want to show you a couple of touches on here right here. This is just a little technique here. So you see here, we have some cleanup to do, but if you look right in here, you'll see we put that little small pinstripe in there. You'll see what a lot of shops will do. They'll have these two colors come together and make a hard line or hard edge, and it just kind of look a little amateurish, if you will. And I'm not talking about anybody. Everybody do what they do. But part of my process, if I have two colors that are coming together, that are going to marry together, I'm going to put a break in there. I'm going to put a little small, thin pinstripe there of paint. And I think that's 1/8 of an inch or something like that. And we're going to make that line just nice and thin all the way around. It's going to be a custom line. So here we use that metallic silver, kind of break these two colors up so you can appreciate them better, and your eye just kind of flows and drops there. And then you notice this body line here. This body line helps form a natural break. So you got the natural break of this body line that breaks it up, and then you have this line here on top of that breaks it up. It's this kind of stuff. It's these kind of details that really make it pop. Now, some people would call this finished. At my shop, this is not finished. This is just fresh out the booth. But I mean, we still got to go back and clean up some things. But when you look here, this is how DCU 2021 lays down. It lays down with a little glassiness on the eyes. It's the way it lays down. It's the way it's supposed to lay down, you know. I don't know if growing up you played any marbles. Remember those marbles with all those colors in it, things of that nature. So it's supposed to be a little glossy-eyed a little bit. And what we do is we come back and we cut it. We cut it. So with our hand, we don't use any pneumatic tools, any electric tools. We take our human hand and we take some wet and dry and we just hit it all over the car. And that's what we do in City Classic Cars. We do that. And then we come back and we do a 3-stage polishing process. And once we do that, then we say it's finished. So this is just fresh out the booth, and we're not even finished with it. And it looks great. So that's what we do in City Classic Cars. This is a 1937 Nash. I'm excited to show you the color scheme on this. I'll show you the engine, the way it looks now. We're gonna clean it up, pressure wash it, things of that nature. And we're gonna at least paint it. I think I'm gonna do that firewall in probably this color, and I'll do the engine in that color. Or I may do the firewall in this color and the engine in that color, just to give it a really decadent. But this is a really elegant car. Now, the style of it, paint dictates your style. So when you go with an elegant style like this, it dictates what kind of rims you're gonna put on. This is very elegant, very, very prestigious, very Rolls Royce. You know, this is a very elegant car, and so everything needs to match that elegance. If I was going with a more hot rod look, it might be jet black like midnight, but it's not. City Classic Cars, 1937 Nash. We're excited to build it. All right, so here we are in the mixing room of City Classic Cars, and what you see here, this is our pearl collection here. Now there are regular pearls and there's vibrancy pearls. It just depends on the level of paint, but it's all PPG. So the vibrancy pearl starts at 86 and it ends somewhere around 99. And we have all of them here in stock, and that's the example of the regular pearl. Then we have the vibrancy collection like that, and the vibrancy collection goes from PRLX1 to PRLX9, and we have that in stock. The pearl is going to go from 86 all the way down somewhere to 99. And so and all this is high end. This is high end stuff. You know, next time you go to your shop, your paint shop of your choice, tell them let you see that pearl collection. Say, let me see what you're putting in my paint. Let me see your pearl. And a lot of them are going to say, well, we don't have it. We order it as we need it. Man, this is called City Classic Cars. We don't order as we need. We keep a stock, we keep things raw, and we make it from there. So that's just a little bit of the pearl collection there. Then when you come here, you got PLX1, and you're going all the way down. You go back to 9. And each one of these pearls are unique. You know, this is high dollar stuff here. But then when you look at our system, it's high dollar. It's high dollar. These just raw parts of material here, and we keep them in stock. Even if you look here, I normally have one in the back. So that's DMD 624, and when you're dealing with City Classic Cars, we got one on deck. That's how we do it. So it's a difference. It's a difference in the game. It's a difference in how we do it. The type of clients we work for, the type of projects that we're committed to build. You know, we're held to the highest standard in the industry. You know, we talk about SEMA. We have SEMA a part of our brand, and we talk about some of the greatest builders in the world, things like that. That's the kind of conversation City Classic Cars is in. And so you see this entire system. It's DMD, it's Deltron. These are parts, and these parts make a whole. Even if I'm just pulling one. That's 1613, but right there should be 1611, and then right there, look at it. I mean, we just have it in stock. Now we could call the paint store, and we could get them to send us some. But why do that when you can just kind of keep it in stock? And that's what we do in City Classic Cars. The other thing, individuals are asking, what type of clear do we use? Here it is. This one a little low, but that's that DCU 2021. That's that DCX 61, DT 898. All that's Deltron. That's what we use at City Classic Cars. We use DCU 2021. And if I'm doing a 2-part, and I want to do a European clear, let's say I'm doing graphics, I may come back, still shop line, but I may come back, where my European clear at? All right, here's an example of a European clear. We don't use it much. I only use this when I'm using graphics. So that first coat, and this is high-end clear. Now a kit of this is like high end at a shop. Remember I told you there's Shopline, there's Shopline Plus, and there's DBC. So even with the clear, Shopline is a great product. It's PPG. It's a great PPG product. I mean, a tremendous PPG product, and that's what we use. That's what we use. But we only use this, which is some shops dream clear. And this is probably $400 a kit. You know, one kit with the ingredients, probably $400-500 just for this. But we use this European clear only when we're doing graphics, because when we lay down the first set of clear, which we're going to sand off, we use this clear, which is great clear. And then after we paint our graphic on, we're going to come back and we're going to finish it off with that DCU 2021. Now, if we're not laying a graphic, we're only going to use DCU 2021. That's what we do. That's how we do it. So, hey, what I always say, good meat make his own what? Good meat make his own gravy. You see here at City Classic Cars, man, we got that good meat. And here's our computer system in here. We track, I guess I could cut on, but we track everything we do on this system. So if we mix your color, and yes, we'll keep a note in your file, but we just pull it up and it logs every paint that we've done, every coat that we've done, every specialty color we've done. We mix it right here. We make our parts right here. Shakers are out there, and then we go right in here, and this is where the magic happens. We go right in that paint booth. We go in there and spray. Hey, that's how we do it at City Classic Cars.